Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Hello everybody, welcome back. It's another War Thunder tank battle video. Today, this will be the first time I had a really decent battle in the M60A2. I still was running heat shells only here. I didn't even actually have FPE yet. I have since finished FPE. And in fact, I've gone beyond FPE. Hint, hint, cough, cough. Soon TM. And you may have also noticed that I released this video on a Saturday. Well, there's a slightly special occasion for that. It just so happens that today is my 40th birthday. So, for those of you who can't believe that I could actually be 40, well, it's true. I was born on July 22nd, 1977. That makes July 22nd, 2017 my 40th birthday. So, there you have it. Anyway, back to the tank battle. As you can see, we had a rather large battle here, America and the USSR versus Germany on Abandoned Factory, which is one of my more favorite maps. I should like open wide space battle maps better, but I like open Abandoned Factory better just because of the gameplay that it tends to generate. You can move around faster, there's not a lot of crappy hills that slow tanks down badly, and there's a lot of, I prefer it with domination because there's lots of, it's pretty easy to get between all the capture points, and I just happen to like it. Anyway, rolling up to the first capture point here, as usual, in my M60A2, you can hear multiple German machine guns going off very close by. It's a very distinctive sound of those MG34s or MG3s in this case. MG42s, but these are MG3s. So artillery's coming in, there are enemies in the capture point stopping me from capturing, and in a moment you'll see a ghost here at the capture point with me on the other side of these fuel tanks. Coming up in a second, it's kind of funny. So, trying to figure out where exactly the enemies are. I can hear somebody taking hits just behind me here, so I'm going to relocate my tank and position myself in a way that my M60A2 can kind of escape faster than the way I was oriented right there. I'm facing towards those fuel tanks, and I'm not going to be able to back away nor drive away forward very quickly. So, popped out just to make sure that somebody actually was inside the cap and there wasn't something else going on, which of course there is. And then as a result of that, I'm turning myself sideways here so that I'm still have cover from these fuel tanks to the left of me. But now if I need to, I can hit the gas to go forward, and I'm still just as hidden from view, but I'm actually able to move away from danger if I need to, just in case the enemy that I can hear off to my right, well, behind me, to the right of the screen right here, comes out of that opening right there, and I don't kill him with my first shot. So as I'm waiting here, watch this. There's the ghost I was talking about. You can just barely see the RU-251 coming through, but it looks like he's just appears out of nowhere. Now I managed to somehow not take any damage from him. I'm not sure where he hit me, and most importantly here, when I hit him, I blacked out his cannon barrel. I got his gunner and his driver and his loader, but I didn't get his gunner. However, I did knock out his cannon barrel, or I got his commander. Anyway, I didn't get his gunner. But thankfully I hit his cannon barrel. Now I'm not sure why this Leopard chose to drive past me instead of just shoot me in the back, but good for me, bad for him, as I was just reloading and got a solid blast into him with a heat shell for kill number 1. And I just kept pouring as many machine guns into this RU-251 as I could to both distract him and blind him and mark him for my team, hopefully, and then just hopefully damage his cannon barrel, which apparently worked, as I was able to kill him for the second kill and then start capturing the A point. And then as I look over and see this M103 over here engaged in a reverse tug-of-war, a push-of-war, I guess, with the rocket panzer that's right on top of him. Take a couple hits from artillery here, including that one right there. Managed to finish capturing the zone and head off to try and help out that M103. I can't tell if the M103 is... if he's got his gun barrel knocked out, or maybe his gunner is out, or he's got, you know, damaged breech or whatever, either from that rocket panzer or from something else. But he hasn't shot him yet, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So as I get over here, see the rocket panzer getting pushed through the opening, and I let him have it. I don't know if the M103 had him. He didn't thank me for saving him from the rocket panzer, nor did he curse me out for stealing his kill on the rocket panzer, so I'm not sure exactly what the case was there. I just know that he didn't get killed by the rocket panzer, so whatever. Unfortunately, I Could not make it back to this T-95E1 in time to save him from the hits that he was taking. And he gets blasted out right before I get there by this Leopard up here. But that did leave the Leopard in a state of reload and left me in a state of hitting him right in the ammo with another heat shell for my 4th kill of the battle. Sadly, I couldn't save Rollins there in his T-95E1, but I did take out the Leopard at least, so not too bad. So I'm getting ready to... I'm resetting here, coming back into the A point. I see somebody marked up in front of me. Can tell that he's going to make it into the capture point here. So I try to move up here in time to get to an ambush and just have this dumb little bush in front of me. Right as he comes up, I kind of messed up and went into the aim instead of just shooting him third person like I should have, and all I did was hit his track. Backed up to reload, backed up just a little bit too far, and as I realize he's can see me and start driving forward, he hits me and knocks out my engine and my track. And that pretty much is going to sink my M60A2, unfortunately. He hits me again, and this time sets me on fire. And well, actually, he didn't set me on fire. He didn't set me on fire yet. Now he did. I saw the fire from the burning tank right next to me, and my old World of Warships days threw me off for a second with the fire at the bottom of the screen. Now I'm on fire, my M60A2. Do not have FPE yet, but I did have enough time to let the team know there is a Leopard at A. And unfortunately, I didn't get a good hit on him. I only broke his track, which doesn't count as a critical for an assist, because just a moment later he gets killed right there by the M46, by Neptune, and I did not get an assist on him, sadly. So in a moment, we burn out, but still, 4 tanks, killed, 1 capture, and I held the A point away from that Leopard that did eventually kill me, so slightly more to the scoreboard than meets the eye, but still not even that bad. Now, I had my choice between any of the vehicles I brought in my lineup as a second spawn, and I went with my T-34 because I was very close to finishing the research for the APCR rounds and the much better penetration that they give. At least, that they seem to give on paper. Because, I'm here to tell you, they don't really do quite as well as the stock solid shot round does for the T-34. I recommend you pretty much just use that. In most cases, the APCR would get you better penetration on the sides of some vehicles, but from the front it shatters or bounces more often. In my experience, I may be wrong, but at least in my experience, I've found that the upgraded APCR bounces more often than the regular solid shot does, despite its better penetration values. I don't know if it's because it's a lighter shell or higher velocity or what, but anyway. So, like the title says, this is the first decent battle I had in my M60A2, but I'm going to just continue out the video for the rest of the battle just because it's not that long of a battle. Also, I did capture the B point again with my T-34, spoiler. But there's a couple of enemies left. We've got fairly dominant air support at this point. And as I'm slowly rolling on up in the T-34 here to get to the B point and see if I can find whatever enemies are left, they start taking the A point, which is a pretty good indicator that one of their last few tanks is down at A, so I'm going to roll into B, take it for the team, and Leopard has just been destroyed, which was the guy capturing A, so they are no longer capturing A. Had a momentary panic moment there when that M48 came around the corner, because for just a half second it looked like an RU-251 or a Leopard, but thankfully, within a moment of seeing it, I had the recognition of, oh, that's a totally rounded turret, that's an M48. Did get the capture, which puts the enemy team at a severe disadvantage in tickets, 2 captures to none, and they are already way low on tickets as it is. So, going to head over down towards the A point to move in and recapture it if our team doesn't take it by the time I get there. And as I check the team scores there, they did respawn twice, so there's 2 guys left. They were killed out for just a moment, and then they both respawned. So obviously there's a Kugel Blitz because I could hear it, although it get killed almost immediately as soon as I called them out to the team. And I don't know what else at this point in the battle. It's something. I know there's somebody out there for the Germans. So I'm heading towards A, although if you look at the minimap you can see that our team has got it completely surrounded, like there's a stakeout on Al Capone going on down there, and we just figured out where his safe house is. And oopsie, team kill with the F-86 there. Now we had an F-86 kills a Horton, and then another F-86 team kills the F-86. So in my mind's eye, what I see is two guys chasing, one shooting from behind the other. That's not actually what happened. They were coming head-on at a different guy, so fairly forgivable in this situation. I mean, certainly an accidental team kill, not anything intentional, not any troublemaking at the end of the battle or anything, but what I figured was happening was he came in from behind. There were two guys from behind, and one was shooting over the top of the other and hit him for a team kill, but it was a head-on between two guys plus an enemy behind, or a friendly guy behind the enemy that was going head-on with another teammate. So that's what happened. So no big deal. It happens. Fairly forgivable. And that is it. There is just nobody left to fight or encounter, so that'll do it for this battle here. Pretty good start for the with the M60A2, and then not really anything left by the time I was able to get into my T-34. So, as I am not a fan of driving into the enemy spawn, as you guys know, or if you don't know, watch some of my other videos, I make it pretty clear. And that does it. So there you have it, a 6th place battle. Did finish the research for my T-17E1 APCR shells for the T-34. Made a pretty significant gain on my FPE for the M60A2. And there it is, not too bad, 6th place, which is really good considering, because I had a pretty decent battle, but for 5 guys to have much better than I did, that tells you the team did really well. So there are my kills, there are the mission awards that I got, and that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I look forward to bringing you some more videos very soon. I should have 5 videos Monday through Friday all next week as well, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.